Solomon. The story of King Solomon begins with his father King David and his mother Bathsheba. He succeeded his father, was fabulously wealthy and wise king of the kingdom of Israel. In the Quran, he is considered as a major prophet, and Muslims generally refer to him by the Arabic variant Sulaiman. Solomon means peaceful, and its Hebrew form Shalom, that is peace. He was the builder of the first temple in Jerusalem. He dedicated the temple to Yahweh, the God of Israel. He is portrayed as great in wisdom, wealth, and power, but also as a king who sinned. His sins include idolatry, marrying foreign women, and ultimately turning away from Yahweh, and they led to the kingdoms being torn in two during the reign of his son Rehoboam. He is the king most famous for his wisdom. God appeared to him in a dream, asking him what he wanted from him. Solomon asked for an understanding of heart, that is wisdom. God was very much pleased and answered Solomon's prayer, promising him great wisdom, because he did not ask for self-serving rewards like wealth, long life, or the death of enemies. Perhaps the best known story of his wisdom is the judgment of Solomon. Two women each lay claim to being the mother of the same child. Solomon easily resolved the dispute by commanding the child to be cut in half and shared between the two. One woman promptly renounced her claim, proving that she would rather give the child up than see it killed. Solomon declared the woman who showed compassion to be the true mother and entitled to the whole child. Solomon is credited with 3,000 proverbs and 1,005 songs. Many of these have come down to us in the biblical books: Proverbs, the Song of Songs, Wisdom, and his possible editing of Ecclesiastes. Leaders from throughout the world sought out Solomon for his wisdom and counsel, most notably the Queen of Sheba. His 40-year reign is regarded as Israel's golden age. It was an age of prosperity and national unity, but his reign ended disastrously. The book of Deuteronomy warns kings and commands them not to do three things. 1. Not to acquire great numbers of horses for himself. 2. Not to take many wives. And 3. Not to accumulate large amounts of silver and gold. Solomon ended up breaking all three of these commands. He multiplied wives. The scripture notes that in the end he had 700 wives and 300 concubines. This not only demonstrates his lust, but also his foreign entanglements. These pagan women brought with them their pagan deities, and in the end, they negatively influenced Solomon's own faith and began to allow pagan worship. He multiplied gold and silver and horses, which were Jewish expressions for amassing a large army. The story of Solomon is a sad moral tale. Failing to heed God brings destruction, and Solomon systematically failed to heed God. The great and wise Solomon, once close to God's heart and preferred nothing of the world to God's wisdom, gradually smothered in wealth, lust, and power, turned away from God. Solomon's story could be the story of any of us if we are not careful to persevere in the ways of God. People who are close to the Lord can easily drift away due to worldly preoccupations, bad and ill-conceived relationships, and through accumulation of bad influences. On the other hand, let us also desire the mind of God, as Solomon did, to possess the ability to discern and judge rightly.